What's going on, Animal Crossing fans? My name is Blaze. Today I wanted to talk to you about eating in Animal Crossing New Horizons. It'll be kind of a shorter video today. Not a whole lot to cover, but it's a feature that I think is extremely useful in the new Animal Crossing game. So thanks for coming by today and hanging out. But let's get into this. So in the past, in Animal Crossing New Leaf, City Folk, Wild World, and the original game, Population Growing, you were always given the option to eat fruit. You were always given this option to, I think there was other stuff too that you could eat. I can't remember what it was, but I know there's been other items that you could eat in the game. But eating these items did nothing for you. And in some of my previous videos, I know a video I did, I think last year, I talked about what I would do if I made the next Animal Crossing game, and eating was a part of it. Eating food was a part of the next Animal Crossing game that I would put together. And actually, it's funny because I came up with the idea of if I was going to make the next Animal Crossing game, I would put it on an island. And here we are on an island, so it's awesome. I'm glad that they were on the same wavelength with that. But yeah, but eating food is something that never really gave you anything. It never did anything for you, never gave you any increased luck or anything like that. It just kind of, if you had, say, an apple and you ate the apple, you just kind of, you know, threw away 500 bells because you could have sold it instead of eating it. So eating those items never really gave you anything, and that it's kind of a bummer. So one of the things I came up with was I thought that eating food would maybe increase your luck or increase something, but I never really thought about what that could be. Animal Crossing New Horizons, though, the commentary on this for the trailer actually talks about how if you eat this nutritious snack, you can transplant trees. You can dig up a whole tree and transplant it into this new spot. I think it's a wonderful feature. That's such a great addition to this game. There's been so many times where I planted a tree and I thought to myself, you know what? That tree doesn't really go there. Let me move that tree. And I had to cut down the tree and then replant the tree. And that's not really a big deal. But I think it's going to be so much better to be able to just relocate the tree on a whim. So one of my favorite things that I saw, one of the coolest things I saw is that, you know, one of the ideas that I had last year is in the game, not because of me, but because they're thinking, why do we let people eat? Good question. Let's fix it. So yeah, so it's great that you can actually eat things in this game, and it actually does something for you rather than just wasting the apples that you collected. So very happy about that. So as far as speculation, there is something else that we know you can move, but we don't know how to do it yet. And I'm talking about that rock that's right behind that tree on this screen. So I know that you can move rocks, and I'll kind of explain to you how I know that you can move rocks. But I also know that we have not really been shown how to do that yet. So this is a scene from the E3 trailer, earlier this year. You're probably familiar with this scene. You probably know all about it. This scene basically shows the player character coming out of the tent, and then a time lapse video of her like cleaning up the area and adding furniture and doing some things to her outside living area, which is cool. I think she does a great job of cleaning everything up, and it looks great after she's done. But one of the things that you'll notice is that there's this rock up here in the top right hand corner. And this rock is it's 4 spots away from the tent. So if you look at the tent, we've got a stick right here, which is in one of the spots, and it's kind of lined up with these 2 items too. So this is one tile. The tree takes up the second tile, and we've got an empty space right here. So that means there's 3 spots from this post, 3 spots, and then we have the rock. If we fast forward a little bit, we can see her cleaning up this area. She puts this barrel down right next to the tent. So we got a barrel right next to the tent. Then it's the tree spot. Then it's an empty spot. Then it's the rock. So if you kind of watch the rest of the video, you get to see, she doesn't really do anything in this part, but if we skip to another part of the video, we can see more about what happens. If I can find the right spot here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So right here kind of shows it off, but I think there's a better place for this. Right here. Yeah. So according to that this is the same scene. This is the same exact place on the map. Everything's exactly the same, except we have the barrel in the same spot that it was. We have the tree in the same spot that it was. We have the empty space, but now has a swing, and then the rock is now moved to like right up here. So you can see everything that was there originally is still there, but the rock has been moved. Of course, my theory, my speculation is that not only can you move trees by eating a nutritious snack, but you'll also be able to move rocks and perhaps other permanent items as well. You may even need to eat snacks to put certain items down, but at the same time, that's way off the beaten path there. Really, what I wanted to focus on today was that rock that moved, and we really didn't know how that rock was going to move. But I'm willing to bet that you'll have to eat a snack in order to get a rock to move. Now, another thing to keep in mind is that you can still get money from rocks. So you're not just going to like take your shovel and dig up the rock and move it. You're going to have to do something in order for that to happen, because if you have your shovel, you can still hit the rock and you can still get money from the rock. That was shown off in the newest trailer, which I can maybe fast forward to or find here, which is great. I think that that having that as an option is awesome. That you can move it if you want to, or whatever the case is, you can keep it where it is, or you can eat a snack to move it, and all that is fine and dandy. But the other thing I wanted to talk about, and I'll move this to a point where we can see what I was mentioning a second ago while I'm talking, but basically the other thing I wanted to mention is that we don't really know much about some of the specifics in Animal Crossing. Like, we don't really know much about the crafting side of things. We know a little bit about the crafting, we just don't know everything about the crafting. One thing I think is definitely going to be a part of the crafting is going to be cooking. Of course, we don't know. There's no confirmation, but I feel like the fact that you can eat food and that the food gives you some kind of a ability, sort of. I think it's not confirmation, but it's definitely something that makes me think that cooking will definitely be in the game. So now you think about how you're making items. You're making items through like crafting things, like you're taking wood and twigs and rocks and things, and you're making items that way, and that's all well and good. But some of the furniture items that come through are actually some of the furniture items are food items. So it's going to stand to reason that you're going to take things like red snappers, maybe a lemon, maybe some rice or something along those lines, and actually make food. Maybe you can or cannot eat that food, but at least you'll be able to make something. So that's a speculatory thing. It's not something that's confirmed. But looking back at something else they talked about in the Nintendo Direct on the 4th was Pokemon has cooking in it now. So Breath of the Wild did a great job with it, and it's a no-brainer that Animal Crossing has cooking. So this is in no means confirms cooking. It's purely speculation, but I'd like to think that yes, we are going to get some type of cooking in the game. So I'm trying to find that section. Here we go. This is the money rock right there. That's what I was talking about. So the things I wanted to talk about today are the fact that you can move trees, which is awesome. You're probably going to be able to move rocks by eating fruit as well. Money can still come out of the rocks, so it's going to be something that you have to do in order for the rocks to move. It won't be something that's standard and you can just do it whenever you want. And I think that eating a fruit is going to be the way that you're going to accomplish that. And the speculation, of course, is that we're going to get cooking as well. So that's a stretch, but I think it's coming. It's something I think is certainly going to happen. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments below, because this is definitely a discussion. If you have any ideas or anything you'd like to bring to the table, certainly post it in the comments. Hit like, subscribe, and I'll definitely be back with more videos for Animal Crossing. I've got a whole bunch of ideas. So thank you everybody for stopping by. Have a great day, and I'll catch you on the Flippity Flip.